years ago. Our question, our central issue is what is wrong with Trotskyism. This is our issue now. Where are these revolutionary Marxists? Why they have revised the basic ideas of Marxism? For example, we just look at this SWP that I mentioned, but most of the groups are like that. They end up siding with most reactionary regime in the world, with Iranian regime and with Hezbollah in the streets in London. So there is severely something wrong with these ideas of Marxism. I mean, this is not Marxism that, at the end of this analysis, we come to side with the reactionary regimes and reactionary sort of elements of Hezbollah in some sort of activity and have united front with them. So therefore, these sort of activities which come about from these theories, from these theoreticians, so-called theoreticians, shows that there is, in fact, a theoretical crisis as well, that we have to revive. We have to go to the basics. We have to go, in fact, to a Communist Manifesto and see what are the lessons from Marxist sort of tendencies in the whole history, and also what has been the elements of Trotskyism, what has been the elements, the basic elements of Leninism. Even the idea of Leninist organization has been revised. All these groups and organizations who pretend to be the leader of the world revolution without having even 5 workers in any factory, or without even organizing one strike, that is in fact a revision of Leninist party of the concept of party, because they have misunderstood it. This is a Stalinist organizations that are pretending that it's Leninist. It isn't, you see. In fact, we have to go towards that too. So therefore, with this idea of Marxist revival, we want, first of all, do 2 things at the same time. First of all, to come to a united activity and, the organization and seeing what is around us and keeping away from this routine act. Okay, comrades are in a habit of doing in every country to do certain activities. We can continue doing that, but also pay some attention to what is going on around us, and also try to relate to mass upsurges in the world scale, in Middle East, in various countries, and to see what solution we can, give to the present crisis. Secondly, at the same time that we are doing political joint activities, we sit and discuss and reshuffle the whole ideas of Marxism, the whole ideas of Trotskyism, Leninism, anything that we have from our past experiences, to come to a genuine and a better sort of ideas and develop Marxism, because Marxism is not a dogmatic sort of theory that we keep it forever, draw and then bring it as a formula in each case. We have to develop it. We have to relate it to the present situation. That is going to be an ongoing discussion for a long time within us. So as a result, we have come to the conclusion that while we are meeting other organizations, there are 4 or 5 organizations, as Comrade Ed mentioned at the moment, they participate in different levels, of course, at the moment, because every country, every organization have got their own problems, etc. But then at the same time, we want to discuss, about our theories. We have started some discussions on the question of imperialism, on the question of party building. We have an internal discussion bulletin. Hopefully, very soon we want to have a joint journal to publish these ideas, these discussions in a wider circles. And through this theoretical activity, reshuffling of theoretical, the ideas of Marxism, and also through joint activities on various issues on the world scale, to affect each other, to relate more to each other, and start building gradually, getting interest from other countries, gradually start building a genuine Marxist tendency, international tendency, that will lead, after maybe many years still to come, to in fact an genuine international organization which prepares itself for the revolutions world revolutions, and also, in fact, revolutions which start in the weakest point, as Lenin said. You know, the revolution, for example, in Iran, as it happened in Egypt, in Tunisia, etc., is in order of the day. There is really very deep crisis, and any of these countries, anytime can revolt. But then the question is this: to prepare the leadership of this revolution. So we have our second socialist revolution in one country. You know, we have had the first socialist revolution in Russia. After that, nothing has happened. Now we are actually in a position to, in one specific country with full organization, to develop the second revolution. If any revolution happens with the leadership of the working class and leadership of revolutionary Marxists in any of these countries, that will make an earthquake all over the world. Same as the Russian Revolution. You know, when the Russian Revolution happened, millions of people, millions of workers came in solidarity, and many revolutions, in particular in Germany, for example, 1919, 2023, of course it was defeated thanks to social democracy, but then that is the effect of a revolution in one country, a socialist successful revolution. So therefore, in fact, the revolution in Britain, which doesn't look very evident at the moment, can depend on the revolutions of many other countries. You know, if there is a revolution in Iran, for example, that will prepare, in fact, a revolutionary situation in many countries. That we have a right leadership, and we understand the sort of basic ideas of Marxism, and implement it, and have influence within the workers and many other oppressed layers, we can actually be hopeful for the change that we have been dreaming about for many years. And that is a possibility if we take the right direction. But on the other hand, we are arguing with many of these organizations, if you want to go to routine activity, okay, see you in 50, 100 years time, you're still, you know, you're like 200 people now, after 30 years you'll be 250, and that is not, you know, the method of building an organization. This is not the method of preparing for a revolution. So that is our solution. If there is, of course, we argue with other organizations in the world scale, if there is a better solution, we are prepared to listen and participate with activities and work with them. But if there isn't, so let's build this, at least, you know, this sort of project in order to start, building a revolutionary tendency for the future. Thank you.
Thanks a lot.